Hi, Lori, the insurance warrior here. In June 2007, I heard from Matthew and Diana. Their case was appeal number 9 for me. I would soon learn that I was up against something much bigger than any insurance company. Matthew needed to get to the same expert surgeon who did my surgery in 2005. The surgery had been denied as experimental, and the surgery date was within a week. I said, "Send me your benefits book so that I can see what kind of a plan this is." I was puzzled by some of the language that I found. Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield is just the administrator of the plan. I'm like, what is this? It didn't take me long to learn that Matthew's insurance was a self-funded employer plan. In a fully funded employer plan, the insurance company pays for the medical treatments. So the insurer is the final decision maker on all medical treatments. In a self-funded plan, however, the employer pays for all medical treatments. And so the employer is the final decision maker. To me, the novice insurance warrior, this was horrifying news. I would be fighting the employer. Matthew's employer was Boeing, one of the biggest, baddest employer plans in the United States. The heat was on. I stayed up all night and put together a quickie appeal. Within 24 hours, we lost. I asked, "What due process do you have left?" Diana replied, "An in-person hearing." I was doing this work on a volunteer basis in those days, so I figured it was my time to bow out. I said, "Well, then you're going to need to write a speech and take control of that hearing." Diana called me back an hour later saying, I can't do this." So I was back on board. I wrote a speech for Diana. And then I thought, do I let them go in there by themselves? Do I go in there and sit silently? It occurred to me that my own case was powerful proof. So I decided to write a speech for me. I would be the secret weapon. 2 days later, it was hearing day. I drove out to Matthew and Diana's house about 20 miles from me in the wilds of Snohomish, Washington. I got royally lost. I must have called them 3 times for directions. Must have been a bit of nerves, eh? Once I found the place, we piled into Matt and Diana's car and headed for the headquarters of Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield. We received our visitor badges. A gal ushered us into the elevator for the ascent to the top floor. The doors swung open on an enormous conference room. Staring at us were 2 vice presidents of Boeing, 2 vice presidents of Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield, a medical director, and a corporate attorney. After introductions were made, Diana began to speak. She delivered the speech with skill, poise, and power, better than I could have done. It was riveting. It was moving. The audience was dumbstruck. When Diana finished, I said, "I'm Lori Todd. I believe that I have some information which is germane to this conversation." I revealed that I too had appendix cancer. I gave a brief synopsis of my story, which was the same as Matthew's. I revealed that I had had surgery by Dr. Sugarbaker 2 years ago, with an excellent outcome and no need for any further medical treatment. I ended by saying, "I moved heaven and earth to save my own life, and I will do the same for Matthew, because his life is as precious as mine." There were no questions. We handed out written copies of our speeches. We were accompanied out of the room and out of the building. When we got to the parking lot, Matthew asked, "So, Lori, how did we do?" I replied, "All I can tell you is that scene is going to be in the movie." Next morning, the surgery was approved, and Regents was on the phone to Dr. Sugarbaker's office, negotiating a single case agreement. Because of this case, I learned that no opponent is too big. I learned that the more we dare, the more we dominate, and that no administrative mumbo-jumbo can stand against our truth. Thank you for watching my video. Now hit the button and subscribe to my channel. See you next week.